Hey Synthwaver, Alonso here. In this video, we're going to analyze 9 rhythmic patterns by the awesome band The Midnight so you can apply them to your tracks. Make sure to download the MIDI files for all of these patterns for free from the link in the description. Also, sign up for a free account at synthwavedojo.com today to watch all my tutorials for free and without ads. Let's do this. Before we begin, there are a couple things I must mention. All of the patterns we'll cover today and the corresponding MIDI files include the original tempo in their name. For example, you'll find this MIDI file called Los Angeles 116 BPM.MIDI or .MID. Okay, be aware that most likely you can use these patterns 15 BPM above or below, give and take, of the original. More than that, and they may not sound good, so trust your ears. For example, this Los Angeles pattern that is in the original tempo of 116, you could use it in a track from, let's say, 130 BPM down to possibly 100. If you go below like 80 or 70 or way above like 160, it may not work. Second, all the chords are presented in root position as a placeholder and are not necessarily the same chords as the original The Midnight chords. Okay, you need to adjust the pitches of these notes to fit your progressions. Again, whatever notes and whatever chords are played in these MIDI files, they are only to be used as a placeholder. Finally, all the MIDI notes in these files are 16th notes, so you must adjust the length of the notes so they work well with your synth patches. For example, here we see that all of these notes, like I mentioned, are 16th notes, so depending on your patch, you may have to lengthen these notes to make them sound good or tweak your patch. It depends on the sustain, release, and decay settings of your patch, whether they will work right out of the box or not, but most likely you will have to tweak either the lengths of the notes or your patch. With that out of the way, let's tackle Los Angeles first, and I just have here a very simple kick drum to serve as a timing reference. Okay, Los Angeles is in the beat BPM of 116, so let me set this to 116, and this is our pattern. Very simple. Let's take a listen to Jason. Jason is in the tempo of 163, so we have to adjust for that. And here's pattern number 2. Great. Now, Vampires, 116 BPM, or 115 actually. This one's shorter, this one's just 4 bars. Here we go. Very simple. Appreciate that the patterns that we have already covered, they're very simple, but they tend to have a nice balance between chords that land on the downbeat, for example here, versus notes, chords that introduce syncopation, like this one. And you'll see that on pretty much most of their patterns. Very simple, with a lot of space, but using syncopation. Here, the chord lands on the downbeat. Here it is syncopated, and here, don't remember. Yeah, I'm playing the wrong one. Nice, Alonso. All right. On the downbeat, on the upbeat, of syncopation. All right, that's Jason, Vampires, Gloria, 148. And we have two patterns for Gloria. Pattern number 1. This is one of the few where all the chords land on the downbeats, but still there's plenty of wide open space. Gloria number 2. This is very syncopated. Plenty of chords landing on offbeats. Great, that's Gloria. We move forward, another 4-bar pattern. Tempo 126. Here's our pattern. Same thing, a lot of open space, chords on the downbeat, on the upbeat, syncopated, on the downbeat again. So it's like part of their signature sound, at least with chords, is leaving ample space, creating these very simple rhythmic patterns, and combining both syncopation with notes landing on the downbeats. All right, next up, kick drums and red wine. This one's at 127. Another 8-bar pattern. Here we go. Very nice. Next up, Endless Summer. Another 8-bar pattern, 126 BPM. Let's take a listen. Nice. Like the others, it leaves ample space, but it's only using, or it only has chords on the downbeats and no syncopation, which is uncommon, but possibly because there are other elements in the mix already playing syncopated notes. Great. Sunset, 114. This is a 4-bar pattern. Let's take a listen. This one's very syncopated. And the patch that I have on right now possibly has too long a release for these short stabs. If you can hear, the release is kind of overlapping the next downbeat of the chords, or the next time the chords are played. So you may want to shorten the release if this happens to you, but this is a very syncopated pattern. There are no stabs landing on the downbeat. It's always on the offbeat. Very interesting. Memories, 114. Very nice. It's got plenty of energy and activity. And the same that we've been seeing, chords landing on the downbeats as well as the offbeats. All right, so those are the 10 patterns that I wanted to show you today. Now, what I want to do is explain or show how we can use these in our productions, right? So let's take, for example, that we want to have a pad playing something. And let's say that our track is at 120 BPM. Out of all these, like I said, plus or minus 15 BPM, give or take, should work. So if we're in 120, 135, or 110 should work. So let's see if we have any of these here. Okay, so vampires could work. Also, we move forward. Endless summer. Let's say that I want a pad, so not a lot of chords playing, just long sustained sounds. Let's use endless summer. And here's where it gets interesting. Like I said, we have to adjust the notes and our patch so this thing works. All right, and let's set the tempo to 120. Let me loop this thing and show you how I would use it. All right. I have a synth already instantiated here, but let me find some other kind of pad sound. In this case, this sounds more like a brass stab than a pad. Okay, something we can do to make it more pad-like is making the notes longer. Okay, and here's where you need to be careful. Example like so. Let's say I want all my notes to last pretty much right up until the next chord. Alright, not bad. For now, let me get rid of the delay. Maybe I could soften the attack a little bit. Not bad. And maybe if I feel like the pitches of the pad are like too high, I would like it to be just a little further down below. Oh, but now they are just too low. What do I do here? Very simple. I'm gonna select the bottom notes and send them to a higher octave, thus creating an inversion. But still, these bottom notes are too low for me. So I'm going to do the same thing. Send them to a higher octave. Much better. Right? Maybe I feel that this is a little too muddy. So I'm just going to high pass this thing. Better. And what if I wanted a little bit of sidechain compression, sidechain action, whatever you want to call it. Nice. Cool. Nice. So that's how you edit the notes and the lengths, etc. to fit your needs. Let's do another example. This time, I want chord stabs. And let's say our track is in the tempo of 140. And out of these, Jason would work. Probably Gloria for sure. We move forward. Let's say I want to use kick drums and red wine for this. I have a synth here and a default patch. Glorious, right? Let me first find a chords stab kind of patch here in my custom library. Maybe Crockett PWM keys. Sounds cool. Nice. But what if we had chosen another patch that doesn't sound like that, and we would have to tweak it like this one? Let's say this is the sound that I like. However, what's going on here? What can I do to solve this? The notes are too short and stabby. Okay, so let's see if this improves by increasing the length of my notes a little bit. It helps a little bit, but not completely. Okay. Since these are meant to be stabs, what we can do is, let's see if we can increase the decay in the amplifier and in the filter to see if we can get a longer sound. And increase the release. Okay, better. Cool. Much better. However, these notes are too low for me. So let's apply the same old trick we did last time, and I'm going to send them to a higher octave. Okay, better. Nice. Possibly, what would have happened if I increased the length a little bit? All right. Let me add a delay here. Nice. And if you wanted, of course, we could add a little bit of sidechain compression. Yeah, my bad. Not what I wanted there. But maybe not 100% wet, just a little bit. And of course, if the bottom notes are too muddy, you can apply a little bit of a high pass filter so it fits our mix better. Great. So you see, having these rhythmic patterns helps a lot. First, because you know that they were made by a professional, and if you use them in your tracks, you should be in a very great spot, right? So they aren't overwhelming with busyness. For the most part, I think they are kind of chill, relaxed, with a lot of space and some spicy syncopation. So that's a great thing. You know that you're playing patterns that work in tracks that have been played millions of times online. And the second cool thing, again, is that you can tweak them to fit your need. Now, let me see. So not only adjusting the length and adjusting the patch, but if you had, let's say, this one, Jason, and you felt, of course, that you wanted another synth stab somewhere else, you could just tweak this to your liking, right? Or if you don't like this stab here, you can just get rid of it. Obvious. So think of these patterns as a sandbox from which you can create a lot of awesome music. So have fun with this. Let me know how it goes. And remember, you can download these MIDI files for free at synthwavedojo.com/downloads. Hope this helps. Let me know.